Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex. Today we're going to show you guys some no holds barred, basically some mixed martial arts techniques. Okay, so what we're going to do first is slipping off the opponent's jab. But just before we get started, some of you guys are watching these videos and you're just getting started. Maybe you're training from home or whatnot. So it's very important every time you're fighting mixed martial arts or even practicing mixed martial arts, the number one thing is always to have a good posture so you can defend yourself. So of course, if I was sparring with Alex, there's going to be strikes involved. So mixed martial arts will combine your boxing, your kickboxing, Muay Thai. It's going to have some wrestling, which we're going to show today, and we're going to incorporate some jiu-jitsu. In this case, I'm going to show you guys some submission holds and how we can blend things down to attack the submissions, but starting from the striking range. So I want to have my hands up. So when you have your hands up from this angle here on a 45, Alex is going to try to strike me. So the number one thing you want to protect at all times is going to be your chin, right? So not to say that if he hits you on the forehead, on the nose, or on the temples, it's not damaging, but not as much as the chin, because you can take some hard shots on your skull, but it only takes one good shot, which is going to be well timed, onto the chin, and then you're going to go down. So even if we're sparring or practicing, a time shot right here on the button sometimes is going to get your legs very wobbly. So you want to prevent that stuff. So our hands are going to be up like this, and my lead hand is always protecting up, and my shoulder is up slightly here so I can protect the shots to my chin, as well as the rear hand right here. So everything's going to be tight, okay? Now, I'm going to lower myself just a little bit because I want to be at the same height as Alex. So right here is where I'm going to be for this. Now, the number one thing is going to be to always protect yourself before you think about your offense. That also means he might be throwing some kicks as well. One of the things we do in mixed martial arts a lot of times is going to be the lead teep right here, just like this, where we're going to just push at the knee, just above the knee. So you see that in mixed martial arts competitions, and it's going to be very effective for real no holds barred fighting on the street, for example, but we want to protect ourselves. Maybe if you're doing a self-defense situation, someone just does that to you. If your leg is straight like this, you're going to get hyperextended and then you're going to injure yourself. It doesn't take much, right? So bend that knee a little bit. So now if he tries to push kick here, now I have a better support as if I was super straight like this and he pushed it, boom, and then I'm going to hurt my knee joint. So this is another thing too. And I like to have that lead foot very mobile. So if he tries to, let's say, inside low kick, now I can just move this one back, or outside low kick, same thing. See, I just move this one back, and it's very light, the lead leg, right? Just like a jab. So it's ready to get into that defensive position very quickly. That way they can time your entry. So in this video, we're going to talk about I'm the jiu-jitsu guy and he is the striker. So let's deal with the jab first, okay? In this video, we're just going to cover against the jab, and then maybe future videos, I'll show you guys some tactics against kicks, elbows, and crosses and whatnot. So now we're going to start right here. His left punch is coming for my face, and I need to parry this, right? I need to deflect it, or I'm going to slip it. So when we're sparring, if he's punching, I'm going to punch and push, and then when I'm ready, I'm going to time this punch and level change so I can get that lead leg. So this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to go one, maybe another one, and then boom, underneath right here. See, I slip the jab, go for his lead leg, and then pick it up, and I'm going to get to the single leg with the head on the outside. Head on the outside, always pushing here to disturb his balance to ensure he doesn't catch me in a guillotine choke, which we covered in a previous video. Now, I want to bring him down. So one of the ways to bring him down from here is going to be to run the pipe. How do I do this? All I'm going to do is pull this and bring him to his butt. Watch, I'm going to take my leg out of the way and pull down. From here, as he falls, this leg comes into the armpit. Now, this one locks it in, and we have a foot lock from the standing position to end the fight very quickly. So, a lot of times people, when you fall, they're going to think you're going to try to position yourself to pass their guard, and you can attack a sneaky foot lock very quickly from there before they start to scramble out. So one more time here. On the jab, maybe I parry once, and then I shoot in. Slip on the outside, catch it here. Now notice how I'm using an S grip. Sometimes we'll go palm to palm. Sometimes we go elbow. In this one, I'm going to use the S grip. Why? Because it's going to give me that torque when I finish the throw to catch him into that foot lock position. As I pull, see, I'm already in position as I step forward to finish that foot lock. Right from here, and I'll bridge all the way up to break the ankle. Now in the next one, let's look at a different tactic. Why? Because sometimes when you go for your pickup to here, as you're gonna shoot here, sometimes this is not as easy to do. So what happens now, there's more weight on the lead foot. So as I slip the jab and I catch here, maybe I get stuck here. So now I end up like this. So what we're gonna do instead is the hand's gonna release this grip, pick up at lower ankle, and now I'm gonna bring the leg up. As I carry the leg, my lead foot's gonna step across to trip him over. As I step to here, he falls down. And that is gonna be the different tactic. Now you're holding the foot, bring your knee up and press down. As I press down, watch his hip. See, the hip comes up and that gives you the space to catch what we call the toe hold. As I'm in the toe hold position, I'll step over, and now from here, I can finish the toe hold and break the ankle. So here we are. Maybe I parry one, and then as I slip across, boom! You get stuck here, so now I'll carry the leg up into the waist, step across, and fall in this position. I'll position myself to push his foot down. As he raises up, I'll step across, and watch from here. Foot lock position. Next up, we're gonna go for the same technique. This time, as I move away from the punch and I caught this, maybe I just can't pick the leg up. I can't even get to here. So all I'm gonna do now is switch the angle and come behind him. From this position here, as I'm fighting to gain control, what I wanna do is get that momentum forward. But I'm gonna pull him back. As I pull back, he wants to go forward, and then as he steps across, I'll fall in this position. Now I have one hook inside, I'll have a seat from here, spin, and now this leg will come across so I can catch the foot here and get what we call the calf slicer. Now from here, I'll slip the jab. I can't quite pick up his leg. You get a super strong guy trying to pull, it's not gonna work. So now from this position, switch and go around his back to this position. Now, pull him back so he wants to go forward so he can step across. Now watch when we fall. One. As I spin, this leg will catch his leg. Now bring my body to his leg and start to pull here. So in reality, you lock it up and pull all the way back. Now, let's switch the tactic again. As I slip outside, try to pick him up, not working. I go around his body. I try to pull him back so he goes forward, but nothing's working. Forward or back, he's super solid. Now he starts to posture up. As he postures up, I feel that I'm gonna lose this grip. So what I'm gonna do from here is just use one leg and stomp behind his knee. As he falls down, I have to follow. So from this position here, I'll put two hooks, 1 and 2. Now, I'll take one arm out, and what do we have? The rear naked from here. 1 into the choke. Sometimes, when you go for this rear naked choke, one detail is this. They're gonna know you're taking the back, so they're gonna hide their chin. So we end up in this position here where it's hard to get the choke in. So a good tip is this. 1, and then go across. From here, finish your rear naked, and then when you finish the choke, squeeze everything tight from here. See? 1, and go down like this, okay? And that is your rear naked choke finish. Now you want to get some shots in, so one other thing I can recommend is when we're fighting, if I want to initiate a tackle or a double leg position, what I must do for no holds barred or mixed martial arts is always causing a distraction. So it doesn't need to be a real punch. I might be fighting here, and I'm just gonna palm strike right here on the forehead, up. So I want him to either react to this or lean back. Sometimes people will lean their head back. As he leans back, that creates that opening for me to shoot in to the leg so I can take him down. All right, so we're here, and whoa, now I see he's leaning back, and when he does, that's my cue. 1 and 2, and I'll pick him up and drive for the takedown. Next up, we get to here. I'm gonna lunge in so I can get double overs. I wanna tie him up in this position here. As I'm clinching with the arms in, I'm trying to bend them down. What's gonna happen now is he's gonna start to push my hips here, see? So when he does this, I'm gonna use 1 to pummel here across. As I pummel across, now we have positioning, for example, for knees. We can knee easily here. But the idea is to cause this to break open and then get this position where we're back into what we showed in a previous video, which is the guillotine choke. See how you can start create your own submission openings using some entries. So there you have it, guys. Just a couple of drills for you guys to combine some of the jiu-jitsu stuff we do, including the leg lock submissions. This is just some basic stuff, but just to throw in some ideas. Someone asked me a question about how do you blend things like using against a striker, and how do you get your jiu-jitsu into context within a, let's say, a real street fight or a mixed martial arts event, you know? So this is how we do it. There's many ways of doing it. Just a few examples with submissions that come to mind, but so many more we can do. If you want more, you have to subscribe. So we'll see you guys
in the next video.
Take care.